Okay, let me just make sure that everything is working fine and we are on. Hey! Ay. International what? International what is not for us, eh? I do not think that thing bangs. But yeah, that is what we needed to do. Take a little bit of that break and have the international teams go at each other. Bafana doing very, very well in their qualification road on that side. But we're back with the Nedbank Cup, the same Nedbank Cup that was delayed by Royal AM, who apparently have been sold, but then not sold. The new guy failed the SARS audit, and then, hey, there's so much happening on that side. But because of that delay, Royal AM having last played their last game on the 29th of December, that delayed the Nedbank Cup. They were eventually taken out of the Nedbank Cup or expelled. And then SEKHUKHUNE had to go play Milford, which they won. And now they're playing MAMELODI SUNDOWNS with the timing that we have now, because this is the only time that the league had. So very big distinction from what happened last season with ETS Galaxy, where Bafana played. There was 2 days. Then they needed to come and play, Sundowns needed to come and play TS Galaxy, and TS Galaxy beat Sundowns. So very, very different bit of situations. So let's see what's going to happen. SEKHUKHUNE is number 5 on the log. SEKHUKHUNE has played 22 games, 10 wins, 4 draws and 8 losses up to this point. They've scored 29 goals and 26 have been conceded for a grand total of 34 points. Just to give you context about the team. The team, by the way, is now being coached by Eric Tinkler. Guys, there's some things, ne? I can't see Eric Tinkler as the coach of SEKHUKHUNE. Like it almost feels like, you know, there's certain teams that have white coaches. Certain teams have white coaches, like Cape Town City, Supersport to a degree. You know, Stellenbosch, you put white faces next to there. SEKHUKHUNE, it's odd. Like if I tell people that, you know, Gavin Hunt was coached Black Leopards back then in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, it doesn't make sense. But here's Eric Tinkler, sitting here as the coach of SEKHUKHUNE, having taken over from Usiema, who was moved on. Death taxes, Siema getting moved on. Coach Emma getting moved on, Coach Tenten's getting moved on. It's just what happens. It's just what happens. Anyway, the starting, Mamelodi Sundowns number 1 in the league, 23 games played, 19 wins, 1 draw and 3 losses. They've scored 51 goals and conceded 14 for a grand total of 58 points. In the last 5 games that they've played, they have 3 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. The last game we saw Mamelodi Sundowns come out for was a 2-1 loss to Orlando Pirates, score FNB. SEKHUKHUNE, on the other hand, have 4 losses and 1 win in their last 5 games. The last game out was a 2-1 loss to Stellenbosch. When we look at the two teams, in the last 5 games that they've played against each other, SEKHUKHUNE has no wins, no draws, and Mamelodi Sundowns has won all 5. Last time out was the 26th of where Mamelodi Sundowns beats SEKHUKHUNE 4-2. And then starting lineups: Lina in goal for SEKHUKHUNE, Mukhaila Langa, Shibabwa, Kadoso Mkhize, Munare, Makhalwa, Ohizu, Ramala, and Mngube are the starting lineup. That means that guys like Abo Poyeli, who's been scoring in the league, are on the bench. Libo Utladisa. Then on Mamelodi Sundowns side, you have Williams, Kekana, Suarez, Mdunyelwa, Allende, Esquivel, Cupido, Mashego Maema, Sales, and Reyners. On the bench, of course, Onyango Khoza, Morena Tiwani, Mokwena, Adams, Masego, Ribeiro, and Shalulile. Oh, Ribeiro was rested. Bafana, or are we hoping? Let's welcome Van der Nom, welcome Squama, welcome. Yeah, Eric came in, I think it's been 2 or 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think we're going to win this at the first starting lineup, but the friends of SEKHUKHUNE says Unkosi. Squama says they were supposed to go to Supersport. BK says the starting lineup. You'll see the lineup, so they're gonna flip as the game goes on. Here comes a ball in by SEKHUKHUNE that didn't do anything. Hi man, Kanti, why isn't Tash starting games? What's going on? Angazi, and he's not even there. He's not even in the team at all. So Masego Sekpet, Masego Sekpet ngale ndlela. Yeah, well. I saw a post. Somebody put up a post on Facebook with Masego, the farewell message from Supersport to Masego. And then they were like, hey, Isantown Zambula Lu Masego. I don't know. I think he's just one of those players that didn't take the next step at Mamelodi Sundowns, unfortunately. You have a lot of them. I mean, Abo Mbule didn't take that next step, for example. Abo Master Chef, Abo Mayema, they're still being tried, but they didn't take the next step. So, unfortunately, there has to be those players every season. There has to be those players in every team. You know, it's not even a Uzonda player or whatever. Maybe he just doesn't fit, or maybe he's just not quite there. I mean, he was the AFL MVP for that AFL that was played last year, the African Football League that was played last year, and he just couldn't bring that form into the game. So unfortunately, Ribeiro was carrying. Hey, Takataho. Shimbo says I'm a coach supporter and friends of Kukune. Oh, okay. So let me ask: is the GNU congregated? Has the GNU come together for this game? Chiefs Pirates fans, where are you leaning with this one? Are you behind Sundowns? Are you with Sekhukhune? Are you staying out of it? How do you feel? How do you feel about this game? And is the GNU together? Presidents, honorable members of the GNU, please let me know in the comments where you're going with this game. Sundowns will lose, says BK. Now Shimboy says 6 changes. Interesting. Look, to be fair, Sekhukhune hasn't been on a roll. Hasn't been firing for a bit. Hey, Mashiku, Kana Mashiku's just gonna run. Another interesting place that I'm looking at is Cupido, man. Cupido there in the middle. Can he play the mokwena Obas type role? Can he do that in this team? Can Suarez get over what Urile did to him during that derby? There's so many questions that I have. I guess Uribeiro is going to come in later on. Maybe Leana is being rested with some of the other A team players. Katako says this with Sekhukhune. OT, don't hide behind Sekhukhune. Me? Guys, I've got my own problems. You know, it was so nice to be out of office, Autumn. It was so nice to be out of office. Not thinking about Naturena, not thinking about Chiefs players because they weren't even bafana. Just relaxing and letting Bruce put smiles on our faces. That's all I cared about there, you know. Now I'm back. I don't have energy to be chasing other teams, man. Friends of Sekhukhune. Yeah. But Amakosa behind Sekhukhune, GNU versus Downs, says Luande. Kwama says we want Sundowns to win so we can meet them in the final. Okay, that's an angle. Butlali says normally I don't partake in GNU, but this one will help my team if Sekhukhune win. Butlali, will your team, if your team goes through and has to face Sekhukhune, will they be able to beat Sekhukhune, or are they going to run into the same problems they run into every single time? Yes, Panela, Milford, yes, Panela, all of those different teams that have given teams problems throughout the time. Why do you think that this time will be easier if Sekhukhune goes through? 2-1 to the Limpopo boys, says Shimbo. Kodani says we're going through against all odds. Tomorrow's Yakala. It's Kali tomorrow. It's Kala Saturday, Sunday. It's Kali Sunday. Because I know Pirates is off until Tuesday. I don't know how the Sundowns people feel. Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay. Golden arrows. Manoba. I was having such a great time. But now look. Mission Impossible, we'll beat them like we beat them earlier this season. We'll minya till 90 minutes. Okay. Chiefs isn't even playing, but imagine, Autumn, I'm trying to enjoy. I'm a fan of football who's just enjoying the game. And this is what I am subjected to. Every time I come onto this platform, I am abused. Oh, even when...
I'm scared, but I
miss my sounds. I need my sounds to
work now. I'll try to deliver.
Okay, onto the game. Very interesting. It looks like Cardoso is pushing into midfield at times. Okay, there's the back 4-5. I wonder what type of space these guys are going to get. Oh, Salesh. If there's one player that irritates me, it's Reynolds at times. He tries to be this versatile striker, but 10 minutes in, it is still 0-0. Neither team has really looked like they want to go score, as Sekhukhune has maybe entered the box a few more times than Sundowns has. But Sundowns is playing it cautious here. And it seems like Sekhukhune is doing the same. Nobody's high pressing. They're not trying to lose their structure, especially there at the back. Like that back five is doing well. Look at how they sit back. They sit off of the ball and don't pressure it. Obviously, must be the plan. Oh. Oh. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's go, let's go. Here we go. Here comes Sekhukhune. They're really looking for these wide areas, eh? Suarez making the tackle there. That's why you need to take Suarez. I think I like the approach that Sekhukhune is using here to bring Suarez out, especially knowing that Umashiko will go forward a lot more and lose the ball up top. Maybe that is how you put him into a little bit of foul trouble. Try and stretch that defense a little bit. But let's see. Wetala ko groundong, guys. Wetala ko groundong. Free kicks, Sekhukhune. Left-hand side of Sundowns' defense. We want easy ops. Sekhukhune is our daily bread, same as Telly's and Kaizer Chiefs daily bread. You never know. Because this is the same team that gave Pirates a very tough end of game. One of the games that Pirates played versus Sekhukhune recently. But Abumtambo are not there. Like Ulinam Tambo is not there, so he's usually the catalyst in the second half. But because he's not there, it becomes a little bit of an issue. Let's see. Basically, isolate the back three. Yeah, pretty much. But I don't know if they can keep it up. I hate watching Sundowns with MKG. Gasta is reffing. Then the rest is history. No matter how steady is on form, they will never beat. That is true. 13 minutes in, it is still 0-0. Oh, ball play through. Let's see. Okay, 14 minutes in. I wonder. Boitibelo says full-time 1-0 for Sekhukhune. The Chiefs plays create the Marawa song. Oh, what's happening? When will Mutiba play? I don't know. Is he even registered really? But it shouldn't be a problem because it's South African. But I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe Vamu Pankela for Champions League. Very close. Sundowns must win. I want to witness a horror movie come semi-finals. Do you guys think, okay, if Pirates and Sundowns were to meet again, how do you guys feel about how that game is going to pan out? Oh, Islanders doing a lot of work there. Moko Suarez, ne? Moko Suarez. $16 in, 0-0. Obona, Mashiko's gone. It's so weird when I see Cardoso, I'm waiting for him to make a mistake, man. If Sundowns win in the final, Muti's coming for them. Sorry, Sherid. Okay. Box midfield. Suarez is shaking. Izobamnandile, okay, OT, but Pirates will win. So then how would Sundowns approach that game? Because I think they've tried every which way to beat the Pirates, and the one time that they beat the Pirates, that 4-1 was, I think, pretty much because of Pirates' mistakes. Nothing more than that. He looks so nervous. Wait, Ukar also looks like such a nervous person, Jay. Like he doesn't inspire trust. Shot over. Oh, Mara guys, and Kulum. Suarez is shaking. Box midfield. Also, guys. He mustn't make the mistake. Rulani made this mistake. Rulani, they made this mistake. And they focused on CAF and all of those things and didn't win these little trophies. And then when Fleming came out with the files. Here we go. Oh, okay. Minyeleban again. Minyeleban. That was lost against Paris because of the mistakes, especially on the left-hand side. If Chiefs face Pirates in the finals, Chiefs will automatically. Yes. Apparently that is true. Since obviously Nedbank is one of the qualifiers for CAF Confed. So that means that if the final two, let's say the final is Sundowns and Pirates, already that's 1 and 2 CAF Champions League. And then if maybe is Stellenbosch left, I'm trying to remember. If Stellenbosch goes through, let's say, for example, in their third, it means that whoever wins the Nedbank Cup would go through. It's similar to how, well, not wins, but gets the furthest out of the teams that are not already qualified. So it's similar to how SEKHUKHUNE qualified for the CAF Confed, if I'm not mistaken. It was pretty much the same thing. When Pirates lost their game against Sundowns, they went to the game arrogant. Sundowns scored, they will leave South Africa. He's worried about Suarez. We're winning today. How many balls has Noah lost in the first 20 minutes? Yazi Shembe. Yazi Shembe. When I tell you guys that Abomayema, Abomkulise, and all those guys, when I tell you that they're not up to par, and you guys Lingshaba snacks, you'll remember me. You'll remember me. They should meet again. They'll show proper respect. Mara, they showed proper respect. Nedbank Cup final last year. And all it took was relay, making them shake Gangan and scoring. That's all it took. All right, guys. Sundown, 69% of the possession versus SEKHUKHUNE's 31. 88% pass accuracy versus SEKHUKHUNE's 64. I wonder how Tinkler's going to play against SEKHUKHUNE. You know, Usiema had a certain pace to his game, right? Usiema had a certain pace to his game. And he wanted them to press and play high tempo. And you can't even say that he failed, really, because he's the reason why this team is sitting where it's sitting. You know? So what is Tinkler going to do with SEKHUKHUNE? You know? That's the question that I have. Sundowns lost, I can smell it. Please. Hey KG, what's good? Sundowns doesn't believe in young talent. Mara PK, how can you believe in young talent? How can you believe in young talent when you're signing players that come together for hundreds of millions? I mean, there was that announcement now that Sundowns, that billion that was promised is not a billion. It's now 174 million rand apparently, right? Sundowns already spends that type of money. You're spending that type of money on players. Where will you get youth? Also, don't forget, there's only a couple of coaches that can actually do youth in the country. And it's the guys that have job security. How am I meant to be doing youth when I literally have to win all of these games? The guy before me almost had an invincible season. They still fired him. You know, I've only been in the job. This is a couple of months. I mean, Cardoso's maybe got, 5 months maybe in the job? Yeah, not even 5 months. Less in the job right now. You know, there's only Steve Barker who can develop because he's been at Stellenbosch for a very long time. Gavin was one of the other ones because he had been at Supersport for a long time. Sundowns used to maybe be able to do it because at the end of the day, their coaching core had been at MAMELODI Sundowns for like 12 years. Do you get what I mean? So why would I develop players? It's like people talking about Kaizer Chiefs and development. Okay, Kaizer Chiefs, you look at it and you say, nah, Kaizer Chiefs, Nabi's under pressure, everybody's under pressure. Everyone, it's lit, right? But then now I must still be expected to hold a young player's hand. Are we not creating situations where that is just not possible? It's not viable. Maracel Terence Mashiko does not deserve to play at Sundowns. The boy Esquivel, something number 7. Sundowns have been investing in Mkhulise for many years. Oh, young Pitso, the eternal youngster. Sundowns straight win at the end. When Nabi, but who can blame them? They have money, might as well buy ready-made. I don't mind that thing. Like Barcelona, okay, yeah, Barcelona is struggling with money, but they could develop a lot of players. It was part of their DNA. And they could bring in the Henri's, the Ibrahimoviches, the Villas. They could bring in a lot of those players. The Fabregas is cool. But then that's the club's culture. what is Sundowns' club culture now when it comes to youth development? Because all we know is Fleming coming out and saying, if you're 19 and you're not in the starting line, oh, Reina's trying to find somebody in the box there. There was nobody there to be with him. Maybe he's missing Shaluli a little bit. Reina's was able to just sneak in behind Ukadoso and then try to play the ball back in. So what is Sundowns' what is Sundowns' plan for the youth? DDC is not giving you players that are at the level. Why? Why would you bring guys in? Corner, Sundowns, the little corner routine there. Okay. Sundowns for the incorrection, Sesk. No. I'm saying they had to fetch him from Arsenal. That's what I'm saying. They had to bring him in. So he's the La Masia product, but he joined Arsenal when he was 15 or 16 and stayed there for an extended period of time to be brought back by Barcelona. That's what I mean by that they could go out and fetch the players. So that's the thing. So that's why I'm like, which club has that culture? It's Stellenbosch. Why does it have that culture? Because coach, his coaching staff, the developmental guys, all of that have all been the same thing. You get me? If you buy, at least buy them young. OT wants Relay to join Sundowns. Guys, Mina, I asked a simple question. This is the question that I was asking. Does Relay at 2021, he's 21 right now, so he's turning 21 right now. Does Relay stay at Pirates and possibly become another Lodge? An incredible PSL player, but he hit a certain ceiling, right? I don't think there's been tangible progression of players at Pirates outside of the really young ones that are coming into the team. But in terms of taking you from that level up, we haven't seen a lot of that from Pirates, if we're being honest. And correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, right? Then the question becomes, do you stay at Pirates and maybe take the Lord's route? Do you go to Sundowns where there's competition? They're a lot more consistent when it comes to Africa. You know, Pirates, maybe they're able to do it. Maybe they're able to do it from now on. But do you go and sit Nabushigabala and maybe learn there? Do you go overseas and do you go into Africa? Do you go to an Ahly? Do you go to a Wydad and go join Rulani? Or do you go overseas and where already the window is so small? So the question that I was asking was that Nangurile Ukona, what would be the best bet for him as a developing player? Where should he go now? You get me? So that's my fight. And the example that I use is Shanre. Shanre went to DDC as a Club Brugge, outplayed a lot of those kids, got put into the first team for like Europas and things like that. He's 18, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's 18, right? So when that is happening, a club might be more ready and willing to develop you. But at 2021, the club looks at Club Brugge looks at Club Next. I think it's called Club Next. And it goes, I already have 3 or 4 17-year-olds that are already at Relay's level right now. Why would I take this guy on? So that was the question I was asking, that which one suits Relay best? Where will he grow the best? You know, what would be the best thing for him? Do you guys get what I'm saying? Relay might be better off becoming a legend here. Neo must be giving us something going forward, but is he too deep? He's not even that deep. Allen is dropping deeper than him. Why should he go to a small club like Sundowns? Why can't he learn? So he can't learn at Pirates. Who has learned at Pirates? Who has learned at Pirates? Isn't this his 2.5 seasons at Pirates? Who has learned at Pirates? Where's Tito right now, for example? And not to say that they're bad, but where's Tito right now? Which are the players that have gotten marketably better than obviously the kids? who also get to a point. This is all I'm asking. And I'm not saying that Sundowns' default it works, but if you're gonna take a bet, you'd probably take him there, no? Personally, I wish Relay to go to Belgium and develop further. He must go to Paris, as Dr. Didi. Shimboy says, give him a chance to answer by playing in Europe. I just believe in his talent. I just wish we did more work with them, man. I just wish we did more work with them. But I'm just asking, guys. I am just asking. Which players have done that? OT, he should stay at Pirates and develop further. Sundowns will not grow him. I get your point about Real's development. A European between 17, 19, 20, you're the first team playing already. Can I scare you even further, Ace of Spades? Can I scare you even further? If Relay is not just the best youngster in the country, he's possibly, let's say, a top 5 player, top 2, even, yeah, we could even say top 2. Let's say, when you think about the league, right? Let's say the top 5 player. Isn't it scary that we're saying that the top 5 player still needs to go and develop? What does that say about the league at large, number one? And then what does that say about the youngsters? In the video that I put on my channel, at the end I do say that my worry is not just about Durile. My worry is about Abomdu, Abo Zwane, Abo Shabalala. Look at Ushabalala. No further development has happened. We're still riding off of his talent. You get me? That's my worry. Ota is saying Paris can't. Yes. Okay, what have they shown? Maybe that, guys. Okay, in the comments, what have they shown about doing that? And again, it's not just a Pirates problem. It's a country problem. Which teams have shown that, you know, like we can make you ultra world class? See, yeah, that's why I said it's not going to work for everybody. It's not. That's I just said that no, Sundowns is not going to be the answer for everyone. You hear me? Like, it's not going to be the answer for everybody. It's not working for Masego. It's one of the guys that I mentioned earlier on, Abom Kulise, Abom Bule, guys like that. But where has it worked at that level with Pirates recently? Really should go to Sangoma. He'll go to Europe fast, says Butlale. He must stay at Pirates because once competition gets tough, they say we destroyed him. Shembe says they won't answer OT. It's unfortunate that there's a ceiling on his growth if he stays at Pirates, says Ushembe. He's playing PSL level for his growth. It's only Europe. I hear your point, OT, because Jude is really... Jude Bellingham, there we go. And then the bigger issue shouldn't even be about asking Relay. The bigger issue should be why? Why can't Pirates, Chiefs, Stellenbosch, Supersport, why can't we have ready-made world-class players? What are they doing differently that side that we're not getting here? And my contention has always been that the PSL is a natural ability league. If you've got a very high natural ability, it's almost like we switch off and say, yeah, you've got that thing, so you're just going to be what you are. And we don't learn the boring side of the game. We don't learn about, you know, off the ball running. You don't teach him about this. You know, if I'm a striker in the PSL, I finish one way. Even that way is shaky, but anyway, I finish one way. Nobody's telling me or teaching me how to finish the other ways. Nobody's telling me to play. How many players do we have in the league that are one-dimensional, for example? And the one-dimensional doesn't even mean you have to be incredible at the other thing, but do we have understanding of those type of things? That is where my mind goes when I'm looking at this stuff. I'm like, okay, Urile is shining because he's talented, but who's going to take Urile to the next level where you go beyond your talent? And why do we leave it up to the players? You have to innately be a professional. You know, you have to be Themba Zwane, who lives a certain way and does whatever, and maybe it's just in him. We don't have the structures. Oh, there we go. SEKHUKHUNE is still attacking up that right-hand side. They really are going for Mashego. They really are. He's developing at Paris, part of the national team playing CAF football. He made his debut. Okay, how long? Let me. Okay, maybe Loach is a different example. How long did it take Tembazane to blow up? Are we going to do that for every player? Uko Tembazane, I'm sure he wishes at 22, 23. He could have learned some of the things that are pretty much left up to him to learn. A1. There's too much leeway, I think. Top 5 players: Ribeiro, Reyners, Allende, Ronwen, Hotto. Ebza really does not need to develop. He's fine. With Paris playing more in CAF, he will be a complete player. Okay, Stitch, can I ask you a question then? How many games are CAF games? How many games are Champions League? It's what? Six group stage games? Maybe add another 5 or 6 if you make it to the final. Is that enough to say we're developing? These players, as the coach tactics, they need to grow beyond. So why do you think it would work? It would work for Relay because he's supremely talented. He's supremely talented. Relay and Masego are two different. Oh, Relay and Masego are two different worlds. Unfortunately for Masego, it's two different situations. Yeah. Can you guys hear me?